Okay, now we're going to learn how to use the VLookup function in order to determine their grade based on their percent of quota. So the first thing we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to scroll over a little bit here to the right so we can see the L and M columns. We're going to select both of them and we're going to change the size there to 11. Just like that. I'm going to scroll up to the top here, and here in cell L1 we're going to type grade table. This is where we're going to enter the table that we use to determine the grade based on the quota. So the next thing we want to do is scroll a little to the left, select cell A7. With A7 selected, scroll back to the right, click the Format Painter, and click on Grade Table. I'm going to format it like our title there. Next thing we want to do is we're going to go ahead and use the Merge and Center here. Select L1 and M1 and hit the Merge and Center button right like that. Then what we want to do is we're going to copy this percent of quota and grade cells here. To do that, we're going to select them, we're going to hold Control down, and we're going to hover over the border here. And you can see a little plus sign comes next to our arrow. If we click and hold, we can drag, whoops, I missed it. We can drag that on over where we want to copy it. So with Control held down, drag it, put it right here in L2 and M2, and we copy it over just like that. We're going to fill in the table here as it says here in the book. Now make sure you fill it in this way. Don't put A at the top. Make sure you have F at the top, otherwise our function won't work. F is 0%, 60, D, 70, C, just like this. Go ahead and select that there now, and we're going to center it. Okay, now we have our table to do our lookup function. So we're going to do the lookup function now, and basically I'll walk you through this. You want to select cell I or J9, hit equals, we're using a formula, type V lookup, and then a parenthesis. The lookup value is what value we're going to use to determine what grade they get, and that's going to be I9. It's going to be the percent of quota. Put a comma. Now the table array is going to be where we go to find out the values, what table we use to determine what the grade will be based on the lookup value that we specified before, and that's going to be the table we just created. So do a $L, $3, colon, $M, $7, comma, and you can see there it's highlighted the table that we've selected. Put a comma in. The last thing is the column index number. This basically, you're going to put a 2 in here. It says which column from our table does our value come from. There's only 2 columns, so we're going to use the second one, and it says basically put in the grade from the second column. After we put that in there, hit enter, and it fills in all of our grades for our table. And that's how we do the VLookup function. Let's go ahead and scroll back to the right, scroll down so that this is at the top, and let's click right in here, and you can see our table nicely formatted, nicely filled in there. The next thing we're going to do in the next lesson is do some conditional formatting to put some graphics onto our table.